Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's a while. I've been away on holidays and I've got a few days left before I go back to work and decided let's make an album. This is the paper pack I'm going to use from Kaisercraft called Gypsy Rose. I do have the collectibles as well that I'm going to use. And I do have my coffee, and that's all good. Oh, that is so good. And let me show you the paper pack. I've just taken it out the plastic because it's very, very shiny and glary in the camera. This is the one page, and that is the opposite side. This is very pretty. All the doors. That's that side, and that is the opposite of that page. And that's the opposite. I do like this print. It's nice. And this is one page, and that's the opposite. This is also very nice, very pretty. Nice watercolor colors. And that is the other side. And that is the other side of that page. And then we do have the stickers, the sticker sheet. There's quite a lot on the sticker sheet. And like I said, the collectibles, I do have that as well. Now, this paper pack it's definitely discontinued because I've got it for a long time. Probably over 5 years. And it didn't. I want to do something special with it, not just plain album. I want to do something special because I love this paper. I might bring in some solid cardstock to incorporate with this. I haven't made up my mind exactly which color it will be. I do like the dark colors. And for now, this is what I'm going to use. And then I've got my chipboard that I've cut out, and I'm going to cover it. No spine? Yes, no spine. It will be a soft spine. What I mean by soft spine, it is not, there's no chipboard involved in the spine. This is the challenge that I've got for myself. So the chipboard that I cut, it is 2 pieces. It's 7 inches by 8.5. And we will cover it with 80-pound black cardstock. You can cover it with any color what you prefer. I just want to grab my. This is what I'm using. It is Black Cat. It is 65, not 80. And I've just cut it down so that my chipboard just fits in perfectly. Like that. And we will cover the whole chipboard. So let me tell you what is the measurement for my paper that I'm going to use. It's 12 inches, and then I cut it down to 9.5 inches. And that's gonna be in the middle of the chipboard. And then what we'll do is we'll use a band folder. I can use this. Let me use the round one. So all I'm going to do is just put it in the middle as best as you can. And then we will score just on this side. It's helping our paper to bend. Although this is a thinner paper, but yeah, it still needs some help. Okay. Then I'm going to use my score tape, and I'll put the score tape on my chipboard. And paste. Now I'm going to do both of them, and let's come back and I can show you the next step. Oh, that's a little bit skew. Okay, so I've done that. I will fill in over here with glue. That's what I normally do. It works for me. Now, because of the paper, it's not a heavy paper. When you do your glue, just make sure it's not gonna bubble on the other side. You do get that, but if you do it evenly, as best as you can anyway, then you will be fine. I'm gonna just fill that in. You can do score tape if you want to put extra pieces of score tape on it. That is also good. It's just to make a bit, sure it's gonna stay. It's not gonna go anywhere. Then I'm just gonna lift this up and I'm gonna bring it over. It's just to help me pull it off later. I've burnished it so well. Yes, we need to burnish everything that we use with glue. It needs to be burnished very good. And the middle one, we can take it off completely. And we're just going to use the guide that we've made for ourselves. I'm going to hold on to that, and I'm going to hold on to that. All I'm going to do is I'm going to get the corner here and that corner there, and you should be fine. And let's pull these ones off. And press it down. You can see I don't have no lifting, no bubbles, nothing. And that's what we need. All right. Now, you can do it any way you want, because we did use the scoring around. And now I'm just helping the paper. And we can do it on that side. For me, this is easy to do it. And let's do this one. And then we can do the last one. All right. The corners needs to go. Let me get my pencil. normally make a dot there and a dot there, and that's where I cut to it. It's easy for me to see it on the black, so I can cut. So what I mean is we're going to cut on an angle and on an angle like that. This is my angles that I like. You can take it more if you want to, but I prefer it this way. If you don't take too much off here, then when you fold it in, it's nearly even with the edge here. Okay, so let's do that. I'm just going to grab the scissors. Now you can put your glue or tape if you want to and then cut, but I normally do this first. Up to my mark. You see, we need to have that little bit left there. That's all that we need. It's just to cover the corner. That's all. That point there, we need to cover that. And we can do it with this one as well. Up to the mark, and I'm just turning it. And turn. On this side. And turn. This you can discard. Now, it's up to you. If you do have good glue, you can use it. And that is what it's going to look like. So this is what I mean. Okay, I normally do my long ends first, and then I will bring this over. See what I mean? It is a very nice, and the corners are nice. That comes in like that, and over like that. Now, you can use wet glue, you can use your tape. I'm going to put my tape on the side, and the rest I'm going to fill in with wet glue, and then I will fold it in. I'm going to do mine, and I'll come back and show you. Now, I've done those sides, and we're going to do this one. I've got my score tape, and I'm going to fill in with my glue, and make sure you've got it on the edge there and on the edge here, because it needs to stay flat. I think that's enough glue. And I love this big spatula. It's a circuit. I don't have the machine, but this helps so to bring it up. Put it underneath, and then I'll bring it over and I'll flatten it. And it is a whole section that I can do. Now my glue is oozing out, and I will clean it. And this side. Now I can go onto the side and make sure it is flat with my chipboard, and there's no cracking, and it is looks like it was a black chipboard. Okay, I do have got some glue marks on here, but that's not a problem. It's gonna get covered. I'm gonna need to clean. Oh, there it is. Clean my table first before I do the next one. Okay, so this is the first one, and I'm going to do, this is my next one. Okay, my chipboard is covered, and now you need to decide how do you want yours? I want the long side to be the long side, and the width, it is that's 7 inches. So this is, I want mine to be like this. Now we're going to do the spine. We're going to have to cut the paper for the spine, and let me get mine. The spine, you're going to cut 4 inches, and in the length, the same as the album, 8.5 inches. We will put this on our scoreboard, but now you need to decide if you want to put pattern paper on here, or you just want it in the black or white, whatever cardstock you use. I think I'm going to put pattern paper on mine before I score it. And let's do that. The pattern paper that I want for my chipboard, I was thinking, let me just grab it. I was thinking of having it this one, to cover my chipboard. I will probably, hopefully, I will get both out on this one. And then for the spine, just need to grab that. The spine, I decided to use this one because it goes nicely with that. Not this, just the side here that goes with the same background as that one. Now, you're going to have to cut exactly the same size as what your black cardstock, well, your black paper is. And I'm just going to measure it up. Pencil mark and a pencil mark. And I'm going to take it to my trimmer and we will cut it down. There's my piece. And I hope it fits. Should be, yes. Now, we need to have wet glue for this. You can't use tape or nothing because we are going to score on here. So we need wet glue and hopefully my art glitter glue. Yes, it's working. We're supposed to be still in winter, but it was so hot the last 2 days. And just do a good cover of your glue that you use. And especially the ends. I just need to put that back. Now, at this stage, if you don't want the white showing, you can use a blending brush and ink it up because it will show onto the black, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I've done mine. Now, you've got another option. If you want to not to use cardstock, use 2 pieces of your pattern paper and glue them together. This paper it's thin. That's why I've used the cardstock for more support. And if you've got a thicker cardstock like Heartfelt Creations or those cardstock, you can do that. Then you've got, when you look inside in your album, you've got pretty page on this side as well. I don't know. I'm in two minds. I don't know if I need to do that and put it onto the side as well. No, I'm just gonna stick with this to see how this is gonna play out. All right, scoreboard and scoring tool, and then we're gonna start score. On the short side, that's what we need. We're gonna score from the inch mark and then we're gonna score to the 3-inch mark. We're gonna turn it and we're gonna do 1 inch and 3-inch. All right. Now we're gonna score every 1/4 of an inch. So that's 1 1/4. Then it is 1 1/2. Then 1 3/4. Then it's going to be 2 inches, 2 1/4, 2 1/2, 2 3/4, and then we're on the 3-inch mark. I had to think about that one because we work in centimeters. And then I'm just going to score it on this side as well, because of the thickness of my black cardstock. If you want to do the same and you think you need, then do it. Okay, so this is what we need to have. Now, this is still, mine is still wet. I can feel it. I'm not going to fiddle with it too much, but that's what we're going to bend the first score line, and then on this score line. So we've got the inch on this both side, and that is what we need for now. Just gonna hold it like that, and then this part can get dry, and then we can bend it a little bit on our score. We can start doing our spine and put that on. Mine is about dry, and score tape on both sides where the inch is, and that is gonna come inside like that, and it's gonna look like that. So that's why we need to have the score tape and not the glue. I'm gonna put it down, and I've burnished this very good. Then I'm gonna lift that one, and I will lift this one as well. Now I will use a little bit of glue for the inside there, and just a little bit to give me some wiggle room. But I think I should be fine. And we're gonna see what's the best side. It doesn't matter. And we're gonna do it up to the score line there. And I think I'm good. Let's see. That's pretty good. If you do have a little bit of glue there, it's you can, if you can clean it. But otherwise, just let it dry. You will not see it. And burnish. Now that is burnish, burnish, burnish. It needs to grab, and it's gonna work very hard. So that's why. That is what it's gonna look like. Just gonna burnish mine again. And I think there is still white there. I'm just gonna put some ink on it. Because you see it with the black, it's very obvious. I think I'm gonna do a little bit more, yeah. And let's do a little bit more, yeah. That's better. Now the other side. Right. Let's lift. And we're gonna do glue. And I cannot see this, the end here. Okay, that's better. That's even. I think it's good. Yes, it looks good. The corners, get in there and finish. I must say, this is the easiest pine I've ever done. Very easy, and I do like it. There it is, and that side. I do like. I doubt myself thought I'm never gonna get this right. There's so many videos on YouTube where you can watch this, and I've watched it over and over and over. And I must say, Paul, if I do get his video again, I will link it and I'll put it in the description box for you. If you are a beginner like me, this is really, I do like it. It's very neat. Yes. So I don't mind this. You see this? He had, in his one, he had pattern paper on this side as well. I think that's my next one. If I will do that, I'll do pattern paper. But this cardstock is very thick. Now we're going to go into our book. But first thing is you need to decide which side, looks the best, where it is, okay? To me, doesn't matter. They all look good. A closure for this, you need to decide now. Ribbon. I'm going to use ribbon. I've got seam binding, and that's what I'm going to use. Now my seam binding, it is white. I'm not going to dye it. I don't have any other pink ribbon that will go with this. Yes, I will just use my seam binding. So the seam binding, I've just made it as long enough that you can do a bow or just have it all together. If you do put your ribbon on, you can just make it as long as what you like. Now we're going to go into the inside. So these two pages are exactly the same. I'm going to put this aside and let me get the measurements for those two pages and I can show you. I don't have, my paper is not long enough to do this. And that's why I had to cut 4 pieces of it. So, 8 1/4 and it's 6 3/4. 6 3/4 by 8 1/4. Let me grab it. So this is our A4 size. So that side, I left it as it is, and I just cut this 6 3/4, and this part here, gonna use that for a spine. We're gonna put them together. The spine you need to have, it's 2 3/4 by 8 1/4, and then we're gonna score at 1 inch. I'll just turn it and 1 inch, and then just want to see the next one is 1 3/4. So 1 3/4 is the next one. So 1 3/4, and we're gonna fold on it. And let's put the scoring board away. And this is gonna be our spine. I had to do this because of my paper is not long enough. If you make a smaller book, you will probably get it out. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to glue that on. I'm going to glue that. And that's going to be our spine. And that one goes onto that side. Now, you can use wet glue for this. And, oops, let's do that. Don't go over your score line. You won't be able to fold it. Just put a good amount of glue. I can't believe it that I can use my art glitter glue. And let's line this up. And yes, I'm away from my score line. And let's finish it. And on this side. And let's put the other one on. Yep, that's all good. And line it up. And finish. Don't worry about this. You won't see it. It's all going to get covered. And that is the one side. Let's do the other side. I've done both of mine now, and they are dry. And let's do them in the book. Well, place them in the book, I shall say. Now, one, this is your gusset, okay? It needs to be where your ribbon is. And this one, it's going to be on the opposite side. That is where they're going to go. Now you can place it. I am placing it a little bit away from my first score line, and make sure it's even on both sides. I'm going to use a score tape. You can use wet glue if you want to, but this is, for me, score tape on both the back and the back. Let me do mine and I can show you. Now, I've placed this one in the book, this page. It's in. Now I'm going to do the other one, but I struggle with placement, so I peg these two together, the pages, and hopefully it's going to work, because this over here needs to be even and flat. That is my problem. So just going to move that a little bit up. That's it. So this needs to be exactly the same. I've got my score tape on. I'm going to do my glue in between. Hopefully my plan will work. I'm not sure. But I will have wiggle room if I need to move it a little bit. I'm not going to take the other ones off. And so hopefully it's going to be okay. I've never done this before. So yes, let's see. So this needs to come over. And you can press in there and Let's see. Oh, this looks good. That looks good. Now I just need to square it up. It was a bit skew. Yes. Let's see again. Yes. Yes. And I'm just going to press this down. And then I will get my poker tool. And then we're going to dig in. I'm sure I had it here. And we can take off the other score tape, the backing of it. And just gonna, sorry, it is so big. Well, it's long. And I'm gonna take that one off. And it's taking this one off. And now we can finish. And that is our pages. I must say, I do like it. So far, I do like it. Never thought I'll get this right. It shows you what you can do. Magnets on these ones. I'm just going to have to get it together. And I'm just going to write here magnets so I can remember. And then we can start with our pages. We can do the decorative pages then. Let me grab all the magnets and I can show you. Guys, my magnets, they are the basic grey magnets. And I think this is the large size. And just be careful not to put it very close to the edge of your paper or your cardstock. It's strong. They are strong and they might tear into it. Now we need to get it on to this side. And that is going to be tricky for me. But I'm going to try my best. Shall I do just the one? I think so. I think I'm going to try and just do the one. We're going to line it up. I'm lining it up here. And then I feel it. I feel it. Yes, it grabbed. Okay, that was easy. So let's do this one as well. And gonna line it up. That one grab and press. Yep. Just pull it a little bit. So hopefully, and they are down. Okay, let's test it one more time. And there they are. Now, I do like these magnets because they are strong, even if you put your pattern paper on top of it. And this is, so far, I am going into my pattern papers, and then I'm going to cut it to size, and then I'll get it all ready, and then we can carry on with our bowl. Yes, it is. I'm happy with it so far. I'm going to do measurements and all of that, and then I'll come back to you. On this side, I've made the box already and score it. So you need this piece needs to be 6¼ by 7½. Then you're going to put it in your scoreboard and you're going to score at 1/4½ turn it, and you're going to score this as well, 1/4½ inch, and then at this side you're going to do the same. Cut that out. That's going to come this, you're going to have a box like that. It's going to look like that. I've just angled that and angle cut that as well, and that is what it will be, a box. And we did the flap as well. The flap, I didn't measure this, and that is 3¼ and then that's the length of, that is a 6½, and then I also score it at 1/4½ inch to get the boxer fit. So that is will be there, and that's gonna come over like that. That's the idea. I am going to get the pattern paper for this, because I want to do a notch in there as well, and then we can put it on. First, I'm gonna go to this side here. This side, I decided to do a waterfall, and I haven't measured and see how big or how much waterfall pages I want to do. I'm going to work it out. I'll come back and then I can show you what I decided to do. The waterfall ready, and I used my offcuts that I still have a few left. And if you don't, you need 4 6 by 5½. So 5½ and then 6, and we're going to score at the 5½ inch. So you will have a square. I've just decided to have 4 because I will put it like that, just to be different. And then the other 2 is going to come on this side here. I've got this piece for a closure with a magnet, and this measures 2 inches by 5½, and then we need to score it at the bottom. I'll do the score when I place this in, then we can score this, and I just want to write up there magnet so I can remember. This will be for the middle page. We do have our box on this side, and we're going to go for the middle page. Now we need to do this. This one is going to be next. So I'm just going to fold that in, and I'm going to keep that together, and then we're going to do this one and this one. I'm going to grab everything for here, and I will let you know. For the box page, we need cardstock. That's 8 inches by 5.5 inches. We're going to put it on our scoreboard and we will score at 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch. We're going to turn 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch. We're going to turn again. Come on, camera. Come on. Sorry. And we're going to score 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch. I'm just going to turn mine because of this cardstock that's so thick. And that one as well. 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch. That is for the score. And then we're going to fold on our scoring lines. And that one. And we're going to burnish it. We will cut off the corners. And it's exactly the same as the first box that we've made, that we put into our book. So we're going to cut off that and there. Let's go. I'm just going to do it on an angle to the second score line. I'm doing a little bit of an angle there as well, not too much, to that score line. An angle to the first score line and this one as well. That's what we need to cut away. And that is our box frame that we're going to put in. You're going to put your glue on here, glue on there, and glue on here. Now normally I will put glue here first and then I will put it in the book. It's so much easier, and then that will fold in easy, just following. But that one needs to be first, then this, and the flaps. Because when you put stuff in, if you do that, it's going to stop. So that is when you put stuff in your pocket. That is what you need to have. It's so much easier to have this one down first. And that will be the box. We'll do pad and paper next. Well, on to this page. And this is what we need. Easy one. Very easy. We need 2 flaps. 4 by 6.25. Sorry, 4 by 6.75. Then you're going to score at 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch. And we need 2 of them. Let's measure that. So that is on the 4-inch side that you need to score at 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch. And we need 2, and I did round my corners already. So it's going to go one up there and one come up here, and then we need 2 of, this is 1.5 inches, half an inch and 3/8 of an inch. I think it's 3/8 of an inch. Yes. So you're going to score half an inch, and I've got mine a little bit off, but it is, let me see this one, it might be better. Half an inch and 3/4. Half an inch and 3/4, not 3/8. It's 3/4 that you need to score. And I round corners on the one side already. And then I do have an offcut here. It is nearly 2 inches by 4 1/8 magnet. So, but I will have a look and see what I can get from the pattern papers, the sticker sheets, and that. So this is the idea. This one comes on in the middle here. That one goes in the middle there, and the two flaps go on top of it. And then this is going to be the closure. But we will have a look and see what is in the paper pack. That is all the flips outs and pockets and whatever. It's done. We will go into our paper pack and we're going to start putting this all together with putting paper on top of it.